The phone didn't ring, but you reached out, picked it up, and checked it. Why? I'm gonna tell you something. You won't want to accept it, but the you inside already knows. That feeling you get when you hear the notification sound is not curiosity, it's hunger. And this hunger didn't start today. So where did this hunger come from? I'm not answering that question right now, but at the end of the video, you will answer it, and that answer will disturb you because you already know it. You just don't want to look at it. Turning your head away is easier. Think about this.
Immagine.
If no notifications came today, if no one messaged, if no one liked your photo, if no one saw you, would you still feel the same? Wait, answer. Really answer. Because that is the only question of this video. You can answer it inside your head, and that answer is in a much darker place than you currently think. People say they aren't afraid of being alone. They say, I'm used to loneliness. They say, I like silence. But I ask you this, without a phone,
No notifications.
no sound, complete silence, how many minutes can you last? Don't answer this one yet either, but remember that number. Don't ever forget that minute, because that number tells a lot about you. Most people think they are curious when they look at their phone, but they aren't curious. They are seeking approval. And these two are completely different things. Curiosity is looking outward. Seeking approval, on the other hand, is trying to fill a void inside you. And that void returns as a phone every single time. Wait, where is the phone right now? Is it close? Somewhere you can reach it? Why I ask this question, you'll understand a little later. Being bored is looking for something to do outside, but you feel an emptiness inside, and that emptiness is covered by a sound. That sound from the phone, a vibration, a flash of light, and without that sound, the emptiness returns. Have you ever thought about this? A notification sound isn't news. A notification sound is a message, and that message says, it awakens these feelings in your brain. You exist. Someone thought of you. You still have a place in this world, and your brain believes it every time, every single time. But what if the notification didn't come? What would happen to that message then? I'm not answering this question now, but the answer to this question changes everything. Most people usually don't notice this. The phone rings, they look, passes, but you are standing here, so you already felt something. You just don't know exactly what you felt. And this video looks exactly there. And let me tell you, this isn't just about the phone. This is a pattern, and this pattern exists in every part of your life, in places stranger than you can imagine, in your work, in your relationship, in your family, in your decisions. When you talk to yourself, the same thing revolves in all of them, and you'll see it shortly. Now slow down, breathe. This video isn't trying to teach you something. It's just trying to show you you, and that is sometimes disturbing. But disturbing things are usually things you can think about. They are important. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you look at? The ceiling, the window, or your phone? You don't need to answer. You already know. Everything is in your head, and that first move determines how you start your day. If the first move of your morning is to look for something, what does that tell you? You're not starting from within. You're starting with whether someone has seen you or not, and this is very different. Let me be more clear. Someone who doesn't start from within will always be dependent on the outside, and the outside is never enough, because no notification holds you for long enough, comes, passes, and the silence returns, and you reach out again. We asked earlier, how many minutes can you last without a phone? There was a number you weren't supposed to forget. Now think, in the silence, only you exist. No other sound, no other confirmation, and sometimes just yourself doesn't seem enough. Did that sentence touch something? Imagine this. Evening, 10:30 p.m. You're tired. You got into bed. You turned off the light, and then your hands reached out.
No notification.
But you looked anyway. Instagram, messages, maybe email. You put it down. But 3 minutes later, you reached out again. Did that feel familiar? At that moment, you don't think, why am I reaching out? You just reach out. Automatic, like breathing, maybe like your heartbeat. But you don't have to do this, unlike breathing. Automatic things aren't choices, and things that aren't choices are controlling you. You can't control your heartbeat, but you control your brain. It's managed by routines and habits. How so? Come with me. Now I'm asking, how much do you look at your phone by choice? How much are you just drawn to it? This question doesn't want an answer. Just for a moment, pause there. We asked before, what would you feel if no notification came? Do you see it more clearly now? The emptiness you feel isn't from lack of information. It's from invisibility. No one wrote, no one thought of you, or so it feels. And this feeling is exactly that, really. It's tiring. So why does this feeling of invisibility grow so much when there's no phone? Think about this. Really think. Because the answer to this question is coming shortly, and when it comes, maybe a lot of things will suddenly fall into place for you. If today no notifications came, no one messaged, no one liked, no one saw, would you still feel the same? We asked this question before too, but now I'm asking from a different place, because now you know more. answer? And has your answer changed? Most people usually say yes, but their hands reach for the phone. And these two things cannot be true at the same time. How so? Wait, feel this. What you say and what you do are not the same. And this difference stands right in the middle of this video. That feeling when you hear the notification sound is not just curiosity. There's an activation, a rise, a readiness, as if important news is about to arrive, as if the world is pointing at you. And the name of this feeling is importance. Most people want to be important, but admitting this is hard, because saying, I want to be important, feels like admitting you aren't important enough right now. And this is something no one wants to say. But the phone doesn't require this confession. You just reach out, and that sound, that vibration, that light tells you someone thought of you, and that's enough for that moment. And now we will talk about 3 reasons why this sound affects you so much. The answer isn't outside, it's inside. And as you hear each one, something will feel familiar, maybe disturbingly familiar. You learned when you were little. You did something, someone laughed or applauded or said, well done. And that moment felt really good. Not just your behavior changed, something inside you changed. You thought, this works. If I do this, I get seen. And this mechanism doesn't disappear when you grow up. It just takes a different form. Now there's no applause, but there are likes, messages, notifications, and your brain says the same thing. Someone saw, someone approved, you are safe, you are cared for, you shared something, a photo, comment, a story, and then you started waiting. Maybe you checked after 5 minutes, maybe sooner, and as the likes came, something inside you relaxed. When they didn't come, something tightened, and you didn't even notice it, but you felt it. Even before you expect approval, you create space for approval inside you, and you do this every day, without noticing. And this isn't just on social media, it's the same at work. You did something, your boss said nothing. Did that silence mean a lack of approval, or was it just silence? Most of the time, you can't tell. It's the same in relationships. You said something, the other person remained silent, and that silence grew so big inside you, acquired so much meaning. But maybe they were just tired, maybe they were just listening, but you felt the lack of approval. Is there in your family too? You made a decision, you told someone, and their reaction became more important to you than the decision itself. Instead of, did I do the right thing? You asked, did they like it? And this difference is huge. The decision itself disappeared. All that remained was the reaction. Is there in your self-talk too? Am I good? Am I enough? Am I right? These questions don't come from within. They expect approval from outside. And the notification is the fastest version of that approval. Is there in your habits too? You exercised, but without sharing it, felt less real. You traveled, but without taking a photo, felt less like it happened. The experience didn't change, but without approval, something felt missing. How so? Come with me. Wait, living isn't enough anymore. Being seen is also required. Where did this sentence touch? Which feeling did you press on? The brain doesn't like uncertainty. This is known. But what isn't known is this. To close uncertainty, the brain uses any answer. Good answer, bad answer. It doesn't matter. It just needs it to be closed. And the notification meets this need very well. Did someone write? I don't know, but let me check. And you check, and either they wrote or they didn't. In either case, the uncertainty closed, and your brain breathed a sigh of relief. You had a difficult conversation with someone. You parted ways, and you started waiting. Is there a message? Are they still angry? Is it over? And your phone vibrated, and for a moment, the rest of the world stopped. In that moment, only that message existed. And maybe someone had tagged you in something irrelevant, but still, something inside you resolved. Without noticing, you replaced the approval you were waiting for with an irrelevant notification, and it relieved you for a moment. And you still do this. It's there in your decisions too. You couldn't decide on something, 2 options, and you wondered what someone else thought, because the voice from within didn't feel strong enough. And that moment you opened your phone. You silenced the voice inside. You didn't forbid it. You just stopped listening to it. And this isn't a small habit. This is a way of life. Constantly look outward, constantly measure, constantly adjust, and the inside gets quieter and quieter, because the inside isn't being used. Things that aren't used weaken, slowly, unnoticed. This is the 3rd one, the deepest one, but the least seen, perhaps the most important. Identity. Who are you? This question seems simple, but try to answer it. Really try to answer, and you'll see that most of your answer comes from the outside. You're saying what someone else told you. I am a good person. Did you say that, or did others say it? I am successful. Do you feel it, or did others approve it? I am loved. Do you know it, or do the messages tell you? And the notification is very directly connected to this conversation, because the notification says, you exist. We remembered you. We saw you. And this is fuel for identity. One day you sat quietly. There was no phone in front of you, and suddenly a strange feeling came over you. Not emptiness, words, but something like lostness. I know who I am, you said, but in that moment you weren't sure. And then the phone rang. Someone called you, and that feeling passed because someone had summoned you, and that was enough. You confirm your identity by others seeing you, and without this confirmation, sometimes you can't find yourself. I asked you, who are you? A while ago. Now what you need to do is ask yourself, who am I? Don't you feel sorry for that little child inside you? And now bring it all together. Need for approval, closing uncertainty, identity verification. All three point to the same place. The outside, always the outside, and the notification meets all three at the same time, in a single sound, in a single vibration, in a single flash of light. And that's why so powerful. It's no longer a tool. It's a need fulfiller. The notification doesn't make you feel important. The notification temporarily covers the moment you feel insignificant. And these two are not the same thing. And the thing that is covered doesn't disappear, comes back bigger, quieter, more persistent. Over time, more notifications are needed, more approval, more being seen, because the dose increases, and the source isn't inside, it's outside, and the outside is never enough. Pause for a moment. The outside is never enough, because no notification holds you for long enough, comes, passes, and the silence returns, and you reach out again, and this cycle turns unnoticed for days, months, years. And the most interesting part is this: who started this cycle? The phone? Social media? Or was it much earlier, when you were much smaller, in a much quieter room, waiting for someone to see you? And here we are, back to the beginning. You woke up in the morning, and you reached out, automatic. But now you know that reaching out wasn't for information, it was to confirm your existence. We asked at the very beginning. Let me ask again. When you hear the notification sound, what changes inside you? What does it make you feel? Now you know, but maybe it's hard to accept, and this unwillingness to accept shows exactly where you stand. If no notifications came, would you feel the same? We asked this question at the beginning of the video, and now I ask again. If today you shared nothing, no one needed to see you, no approval came, would you still feel enough? You know the answer, and that answer says everything. Write this as a comment. When you open your eyes in the morning, what is the first thing you look at? Just one word, because that word tells a lot about you, with one difference: not to me, but to you. And you will also realize this need for approval doesn't end with just notifications. It's also in your conversations, in the things you say, and the things you don't say, because sometimes even your silence carries an expectation of approval. This is another layer, and you haven't looked there yet.